Hey there guys, welcome to the video. Thank you very much for tuning in. Today we're looking at a very kinetic based build on our Prismatic Titan. It's going to be focusing a lot around our Malfeasance Exotic handcannon, and we're going to be pairing that with the Fang pauldrons. We'll go into that a little bit more in a sec, but using things like the Facet of Grace, which is a perfect synergy with our kinetic weapon type, alongside Techsec armor and the kinetic synthesis from the artifact, things are going to tie together very nicely, and the damage output on this thing is absolutely insane. So make sure you stick around, guys, because we've got massive single target, high damage output, survivability, and our uptime for our abilities is going to be all the time. We're going to be getting that melee back very, very often with a big spike in our prismatic and super ability bars. So let's go through it together, guys, and see what it's all about. Now you can see a little timer at the bottom there, guys. I've left that there just because the regeneration for your super with this build is incredibly quick. Less than 30 seconds for a super ability to be available. So keep an eye on that. You're going to be seeing the prismatic bar going up very nicely as well. Malfeasance works very well with the prismatic class because it evenly distributes energy to both light and dark, and then you get another proc of it when the slugs of this hand cannon activates. So every 5 shots on one target activates an amount of slugs that basically explode on the enemy, and that will give you extra super and extra prismatic ability energy. Alongside the super energy regen, we're using the Fang pauldron for our exotic armor set, and it's going to be working really nicely in tandem with Malfeasance because the super energy regen you can get off these items is really, really good. As you can see in the background, we're getting our super back nice and quickly, getting our prismatic bar, coming back for more. It all just ties together really nicely. In terms of our fragments for our subclass, I'd like to touch on that. The main one we're going to be running, like I said, was Facet of Grace. Defeating targets with kinetic weapons grants you bonus Transcendence energy. So that's where we're getting that boost in our Transcendence energy. And defeating targets with your super grants you and nearby allies a bonus Transcendence energy. So it works really nice as a team thing as well, but ultimately we really want to be getting it for ourselves, so Malfeasance working really well. Because we're focusing on our melee as well, Faceted Blessing, melee final blows start health regeneration, so this is where the survivability comes in. The melee does quite a bit of damage, so look out for the smaller enemies if you can, and it'll get you out of a bit of a bad spot. Another aspect of the build is the armor set. Now, as I said, that was the Techsec armor. Now, the 2 or 4 piece both offer really good options, but I've gone for the 4 piece, which gives you an additional benefit of defeating the powerful combatants or breaking a combatant shield with kinetic damage, releases a disorientating kinetic shockwave. So it's similar to kinetic tremors, which just works really well with the weapons we've got on offer today. The artifact mod kinetic synthesis, as mentioned previously, just works so well with what we've got. So Malfeasance and our heavy weapon, which we'll go into, but sustained kinetic weapon damage and rapid final blows have a chance to generate a unique ammo brick. So it's just basically a kinetic ammo brick. But what's listed in the perk description is collecting this brick will grant ammo to equipped kinetic damage weapons and grant special and heavy ammo progress. What this does is it actually refills your weapon. So if you've only got 2 shots left in Malfeasance, you pick up the brick, it automatically goes up to 20 again, and you can just keep going. Same thing with our heavy weapon, the Renegade Sniper, the refurbished A499. That'll give ammo back straight away, so it treats it the same way that it would Malfeasance. So you don't need a heavy ammo brick. If you pick up the kinetic brick that drops, that'll automatically reload your weapon. Now, activities where this is really going to excel is portal activities where there are high amounts of enemies, where you can clear them out, get a lot of prismatic or transcendence, however you want to put it, and super energy occurring. In terms of one I would avoid, probably the glass way, because it's very hard to sort of get the damage onto the final boss because they're sort of floating above. Still works, it just takes a little bit longer. But in terms of other activities there, look, as long as you've got a fair amount of enemies to attack and get your abilities back, well, anything like that is going to work. I would take it into pinnacle activities too. It is still very, very doable, and I've used it across Grandmaster activities too. So plenty of versatility there, and yeah, look, plenty to work with. In terms of stat distribution, nothing too fancy. Focusing on super with 160 points at the moment with 2 super fonts. Secondary, we want to be looking at melee, get that as high as you can. My stats are pretty even, but yeah, pumped up on the super quite a bit. Let's pretty much it for today, guys. That's going to be the build. Gives you a really good idea of what to expect, and I think the gameplay in the background sort of gives you an even better understanding of how much destruction is actually capable with this build. If you want to go into the specifics, there is a Destiny Item Manager link in the description, so go and have a look at that. Now, if you did look at the video, guys, maybe it's something a little bit different to the norm, you could always subscribe if you want to see more, or, you know, even chuck us a like, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. I'm always interested to see what people think. Now, with the update coming at the end of the month, guys, I'm really excited to see what's going to be on offer in terms of new armor sets. Well, not really new, but the bonuses that you'll be able to get now surrounding the dungeon and raid armor. From what I've heard, it is going to be available from the time that it drops. Now, I'm not going to hold Bungie to their word there. They have been a bit flip-flop in the past, but hopefully it's a good result, and it's a really nice launch with the new content. So stick around, guys. Look, if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, like I said, you know what to do. But otherwise, I'll leave you guys to it. Have a great day.